Hello guys, my name is Khan, and actually in today's video I will show you guys that how you can connect different data sets in Tableau and how you can change, how you can remove those connections and connect those connections. So in start, I have actually in this video I will show you guys that how you can connect with Google Sheets, with the CSV file, and with Excel worksheets. So I will start with this Excel. I have this US Census data, so I will open it up. So actually in this sheet I have US Census data conducted in two different years. Actually this is a hypothetical data. It's not realistic. So I have data of US Census data in 2005 and US Census data in 2010. So now don't have one sheet within that Excel, and actually I have two sheets. Maybe you will be dealing with data in which you will be having multiple of sheets. Now I will show you guys that how Tableau will deal in this kind of scenario when you have an Excel sheet with multiple sheets. So I will close it down. I will go back to my Tableau. So this is my Tableau shortcut. I will just click it. So I have already opened it for you guys. So I will so this is my Tableau. So now I want to connect my Excel my Excel data with Tableau. So I will go to this Microsoft Excel option. Then I have this data set that I want to connect. I will select that file, open it, and now if you see here, now Tableau is showing me two worksheets that I can connect. So suppose if I want to use 2005, so Tableau is saying just drag this file here. So if I do it here, you can see the data is there. So but if you don't want to use this data, you just simply go here, there is a down arrow, and you can say remove it. So the data is also removed from the data browser. So suppose if you want to add 2010 data, you can simply go select the 2010 data and then drag it here, and then the 2010 data will be in your viewer. So another thing that I would like to add here is that suppose if you're dealing with this kind of data, and suppose the variable, I will show you guys later in this video that suppose if I create some graph in my sheet 1 by using some variable based on this 2010 data, and suppose in later I decide that I don't want to run those graphs in 2010 data, maybe on 2005. If I'm sure that those variables are also present in 2005, then I can just simply go here, remove the data set, add the 2005 data set, and the graph will be updated automatically for 2005 data. But the risky part here is that you have to make sure that the variables in 2010 and 2005 data are the same. Even the font size are same. And before going to further, as I discussed in my previous video too, that if you look at the data browser here, you can see that these are the signs which are appearing, which this globe sign means that Tableau have automatically decided that this variable is actually representing some geographical information. And as you can see here is ABC, which means that it's kind of a categorical variable or string variable. And then here we have a number sign which is showing that it's a numeric variable or a continuous variable. But if you want to change the type, you can just simply click it, and then you can assign it any type you want to. String, it can't be date because it's not date, but you can convert a numeric into a date too. So you can click these options to change the variable type if it's not automatically decided correctly by Tableau. So what I have done here is that I have connected my Excel data into Tableau. But suppose I also want to load a CSV data or text data into my Tableau. So it's also very easy. So suppose now I will just go to here, the connections, where I have to add one more connection. Now I'm saying text file. And this is my text file, auto data, which is about some car, hypothetical data about cars. So I will say make. So sorry, I will say, because what I have done here is it's saying that I'm trying to merge data that I don't want. So I just want to, so I will remove it from here, and now I want to say that add data from a CSV file. I will go back to add, go to text, then auto data, open it up. Now as you can see that we have auto data with us, which is from the CSV file. And as you can see here, when I click the Microsoft Excel data, I have two sheets is showing, and then I have to connect it accordingly. So suppose if I want to create any graph on my CSV data. So suppose if I go to my sheet 1, and as you can see that I have these data. Suppose if I want to, so the make is the variable which is showing that. Actually, if I go back to my viewers, so you can see that the make is the car producer name, and each row in this data is actually having a unique car make producer. So suppose if I want to know what to show me graphically the prices and the make variable, so it will be easy for me to see. So I will say make, and then I will select it, and then I want to show the relationship between make and price, and I will say price. So as you can see that this is the graph. Suppose if I also want to create another graph, suppose if I want to, the foreign variable is saying that the car is made domestically or abroad. So if I say yeah, I select that variable, and then I want to see how many number of records are in how many cars are foreign and how many cars are domestics. And you can see that there is a variable, there is a option created by Tableau which is representing number of records. If I just simply select here and I will click it here, you can, number of record, and then just simply click it here. You can see now that there are about 52 cars which are domestic and about 22 cars which are foreign. So this is so I have created two graphs, and suppose if I go back to my data source, and suppose if I realize that okay, I want to create these two graphs that I have created in sheet 1 and sheet 2, but based on data which is actually available on my Google Drive. So what will I do? So suppose if I don't want to construct those graphs based on auto data, but I have a similar data available on Google Sheet, and I want to create those graphs based on that. So suppose if I just remove this data from my connection. So now what will be happening in my sheet 1 and sheet 2? As you can see that there is no data. Now we are having an error here. There is no worksheet unavailable. Even for sheet 2 we are having the same error appearing. But suppose now I want to connect my data from Google Drive. So what I will do? So I will go to here, but here if you go down to that there are two options to add a connector through a file or through a server, and also there is the option Google Sheet. So I selected Google Sheet option. So Google Sheet will ask you that I already have account with Google, so I will say allow Tableau to get access. So if I cross it, so now as you can see, back to my Tableau. Tableau is showing me all the files that I used to have in Google Drive. I want to use this or Tableau Auto Data to be used for this video. So I will say connect. Now if you see, I have my Tableau data, and this is exactly the same data that I have in my drive. And now what will happening is that now this data is uploaded, but what's happened to sheet 1 and sheet 2? As you can see that sheet 1 and sheet 2 got updated automatically, but based on a new source of data which is coming from Tableau Auto Data, not from the CSV file that I have in my drive. So as you can see that you can change your connections. So suppose so these graphs are backed by now the data which is coming from this Tableau Auto Data, and in the same way you can suppose if I want them back to by the auto data which I have in my text file, I can simply go here, remove it from here, click my auto data, drag it back here. So I will click it here, and then you can easily, so this is my auto data, I will click it and drag it here, and the graphs will get updated. But actually for this video I will need Google Sheet data, so I will first remove this data, and then I will go to my Tableau data. This is the sheet which is in my Tableau auto data, which is coming from Google Sheet. So I will just simply click it here, drag it there, everything is there. So now suppose my graphs are I have two graphs, and suppose if I want to create a dashboard by using these graphs. So as on the left hand side, the Tableau is showing the graphs that I have created, and if I want to add both of these graphs in this dashboard, I will just simply click here, put it here, and I can also add my second graph. So you can play around with this thing more. Suppose if you want to rename the graphs, you can just come here, rename the sheet, make versus price, and suppose if I want to name this sheet as domestic. If I go back to my dashboard, as you can see, my dashboard graphs get updated. You can scroll down within each window to see the graphs. Further, if you are not happy with the outlook, you can change the size of your graphs. Suppose if I want to change the width, I can change the width. I can increase the height too. So now suppose if I want to save this dashboard online. So what I will do, I will go here, and so Tableau allows you to save your dashboards online. So it can allow you to create a link that you can share with your supervisor, your audience, so that they want to see what's happening with the data. So suppose if I want to save it on as a Tableau public, I will say this. So here it's saying me what do you want to name it. I want to name it book 2, and it will say save. So there is a book 2 already available, so I'm saying make it like data connectors. Save. So it's publishing my dashboard. So this is this is my dashboard, which is now available online. You can further edit things. Suppose if I go here, edit details, you can, if you want to change anything after launching it online, you can change the title, you can further add descriptions over here too. And here I would like to show you guys one more thing. So suppose if I go to back to my data source, and suppose if I want to remove US census, if I remove this auto data, and if I work with only with my data which is coming from a US census, as you can see here. So now if I save this dashboard online, so now the Tableau will ask me one more thing, that do you want to keep on checking by the Tableau that data is updated or not? So if I go here now, because now my graphs are only based on the data which is available on Google Drive. So I will say here save to Tableau public. Now there is a good important thing to note here, that because my dashboard is solely based on data source which is coming from Google Drive, there is a very important option coming here. Keep my data in synchronized with Google Sheets and embedded my Google credentials. So I say keep. So, and what will happen is when I will opt this option, Tableau will keeps on automatically checking after 24 hours that the data behind these graphs got updated or not. So if the data will got updated, these graphs will also get updated automatically. So if I say save, and I will say yes, overwrite it. So now it's preparing my Tableau online, my dashboard online. So as you can see now, my things got updated. But as I said, that now Tableau will check for the updates in the data just after 24 hours. But suppose if you want to suppose if you want to check manually, suppose if your supervisor told you that data got updated and you want to not to wait for 24 hours and you want to see that how the graphs got changed or how the results got changed, so then you can go to edit data, and you can see here there is a option available for request update. So what I will do, I will go to my Google Drive and I will edit data first. And before that, so suppose as you can see, for the AMC Concord, we have the value about the car prices are about 5K. Suppose if I increase it to 10K, you have to note down that how it will impact my graph. Will it get any change or not? I go to my drive, and then I go to actual data which is linked with my dashboard, which is the Tableau auto data. And here is the price if I change it to suppose 8,000. So my price got updated, and if I just close it, if I go back to my here, it's not yet updated. But suppose if I go down, if I check for my edit data, and if I go down, and now if I ask for the request update, probably my graph will get updated. So if I request sent by the Tableau, and if I just reload it, upload it, so maybe, as you can see now that Tableau is showing me that the value got updated. Now the graph is showing me 8,000, not the previous value. So as you can see how it can make your life easy. So once you make a dashboard, even if the data keeps on changing, your graph will automatically keeps on updating, and it will make your life very easy. So this is one of the advantage of connecting your data through a server or through forums like Google Drive. So then you don't need to be worried that you have to keep on changing the data file. The Tableau will automatically keeps on checking the data in your Google Drive is changing or not. So this is a bit short overview about how you can connect data sets in Tableau. Probably in my later videos I will discuss a bit more kind of data connection that you can make. Thank you for watching the video.